Bonjour and welcome to this new video. So what happened this week? So I enjoy a bit of the sun. As you can see, I have it on my face right now. But it's great. It's been very hot around here. And last weekend with my family we went to pick up blueberries and we had a lot of it. So it was great. It's one of my favorite fruits and it's been a few years since we don't have any, and I'm glad I made jams and I made ice cream as well. So I'm very happy about it. And earlier today my boyfriend and I, we went hiking. We had hopes to find some more blueberries, but the time frame to have blueberries is really short here, and the one we found almost dried, and it was a little bit too late. So but it's okay, we had a lot last weekend. So in the end we decided to sit in the shade and paint the landscape that was around us, and I'm never tired of this landscape. So as you can see, I put my sketchbook upside down because I thought it would be better to have the paint to go down and make some kind of drawing line at the top of the mountain instead of at the bottom, because this way I think it would be more interesting. You know, there is always a little bit of fog or atmospheric effect at the bottom of the mountain. I was trying to do this, so I don't know if it turned out really as I wanted, but I think it was a good idea, at least at the start. Then I just turn my sketchbook on the right side to paint the details of the mountain, like some cliffs and the shades of the plains of and the shade of the grass and every little thing that you can see. I'm not really good at painting exactly what I see, but I think it's the idea of the mountain rather than exactly the mountains. So obviously I used my watercolor palette that I made with my own painting. If you don't know, I make my own paintings and I've made a video about it that I will link at the upper right of the video, so you can see how I do it. It's a very long vlog, but if you're interested in making your own watercolors, I really advise it to you, and you can always ask me questions about it because it's a subject that I really love, and I will probably do some more videos about it at some point because I need to do some more colors. So here is the final result. I'm quite happy about the perspective of it. Next, I decided to paint that little tree at the back, and so I started with a sketch because I really loved the shape of the branches. So yeah, I started painting it, and I have some difficulties in painting trees lately, so I'm trying to paint a little bit more trees than usual to learn how to paint and how to draw these shapes that are so difficult to me. And I was quite happy about this one. About the book project, where am I? So I have started a new illustration that I'm not going to show right now. Since it's a really big illustration, I'm gonna take my time to do it, and I'm probably not gonna film any of it because when I film I feel like I'm not as focused as when I'm fully on the illustration, so I think I'm not going to film it. But what I want to film and what I'm gonna film now is another part of the book. It's a little pattern of fruits that I'm gonna do with gouache, like the succulents. It's gonna be a lot more simple because I want something like not icons but almost maybe 2-3 colors per fruits. So today I want to show you in detail my process and my thought process for this illustration. I started by doing a few sketches and a few tests on my sketchbook because I wanted to see what style and what color I was going to use for this pattern. And I really like this little test, so after that I want to sketch the final fruits on my computer. Except for the succulent gouache I did earlier, I always go on the computer to do the sketch of my illustration. What was especially tricky with this one was the position, size and arrangement of the fruits. I really wanted something nice, that's why I went on the computer. After printing the sketch on random copy paper, I prepared my watercolor paper. I used hot press art paper. I really like the smoothness of this paper for gouache. It has no texture and I think it's really great for gouache. Maybe it's a bit fancy, but let's be fancy. I used my light table and a red Coloraz pencil to transfer the sketch on the paper. I like the red pencil, it almost disappeared from my final painting, and since it's red, what is left isn't really bothering me at all. About the colors, since it's a pattern with a lot of fruits with different colors, I started by thinking my colors first on the computer. I also tried to have as little colors as possible. I really wanted something simple and use as much as possible one color for different fruits. First, when I started painting on my paper, I prepared a little bit of paint first. I prepared 4 first colors that would go on my fruits. When I prepare my colors, I try to be especially careful about the difference between each color, the contrast between each of them, so when I put them next to each other, I can see clearly which color is which. It also helped me keep my color consistent. When my colors are ready, I work on one color after the other. I like to use a small and a big brush to paint. The small brush I use for the precision parts of the painting, you know, the borders and the little details, and with the big brush I paint the big areas. I don't like to paint big areas with a small brush because often it does traces and effects and you can see the brush strokes, and I don't like that. So I'd rather do it with a big brush like this. It's a very smooth, very regular area. For this pattern, I needed to be really precise, and it required a lot of my concentration. Even though I'm happy about the result of the painting, I still think I could improve on my precision and how I painted. Also very happy about this simpler style. I tend to do a lot of light and shadows in my paintings, and I want to go very simple. Next, I'm gonna scan this illustration and put it in my book. I'm very happy about adding another page to my art book, and if you want to know when the book is ready, of course, go find the link to the newsletter in the description. And this will be all for this video. I hope you really enjoy. If you have any question about my process, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment. I think the next video will be the what's in my bag video. I will tell you all my favorite supplies that I carry around. Comment if you'd like to share something with me. I'm always happy to answer your comments. So see you soon. Bye bye.